But what I was wondering is when you were when when he's pulling out the nail, like he goes to look back and to it seems like you could interpret that in at least two ways that he doesn't trust the process. He is still a little suspicious, uh, or and so but yeah, when he sees the proof that it's working, he goes ahead and goes through with it. I was also wondering, like, another way you could interpret it is that um it's sort of like I think of different types of philosophy, or there's sort of maybe many ways or several ways or something to kind of find your way in life and find your way to maturity and wisdom and goodness and truth and beauty and all that.
Hmm.
But there's maybe many sort of ways that are similar to that, or maybe uh but sort of can lead you astray. I'm sort of thinking bad philosophies or something like that, or bad mentors and things. People who have some of that wisdom and virtue, but they're somehow trying to more lead people to themselves instead of to the best version of their lives. So like various religious, political leaders, et cetera, that are not for the prosperity of the whole group, but more kind of trying to like suck that prosperity into themselves. But anyway,
Hmm.
just my point is
Hmm.
just in the second interpretation of him pulling out the nail and needing to see that things are working. Yeah, like I'm sort of just thinking there could be a good and a bad interpretation, like bad and or sort of yeah, bad interpretation, like one is lack of faith and he needs some help, which that would be advice to the teacher to like, okay, you need to like help this person through. Or you could see how sometimes someone doesn't have faith and it they need the proof, and if they don't get the proof, then that can be a bad thing, and they give up or something, and then they get lost again, then the story restarts, or something like that. But yeah,
Hmm.
how do you think of that
Hmm.
part?
Well, that's really interesting. Like the the sort of the link with like the education or the the cult leader or whatever it is, however you want, like the sort of description you were putting on it of like testing to make sure that it's true, and
Yeah, I'm one.
it being almost like a case of due diligence of like the prince
Yeah,
is like, okay, like let's make sure this is like I am able to see the process. It's not just digital. It's not just, old woman, young woman. It's like, oh, I can see exactly how one becomes the other. I'm able to get the whole thing, and then able to trust because I see the change happen, instead of like, oh, the old woman isn't hiding the beautiful maiden. She is. They actually are the same thing.
that's a good
Um,
point. It could just be a way
yeah.
the story to like clarify that kind of, have that sort of continuity. But
Well, no, I think I was thinking of it as like what you were saying of like, for the prince to be sure that this is a good situation and it's not some sort of trick or deceit or something trying to take from him, that
yeah,
being able to see the whole process happen is his way of like, no, is the situation's way of reassuring him that he can trust it.
yeah,
And I'm thinking of like in in Christianity, like when Jesus comes back from the dead, like Thomas is supposed to be the one that's doubting. He's doubtful, but I think that works out in his favor. I don't, my, that particular story is not at the top of my head at the moment, but I've always sort of thought of that as like, people talk about the doubting Thomas, but he was the only one that, um,
He
Like,
confirmed for everybody else that
yeah,
like what
exactly.
his suspicion helped everybody else to like know a little bit more. And Jesus didn't go, get out of here. Like he goes, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's kind of comparable to that of like the woman wasn't like, well, get out of here. If you're not going to pull the nail out, get out of here. She's like, no, take the time, do pull it out halfway. Hey, I'm still here. Look, I'm half. Like it's all good, man. Like nothing to worry about. And so he's able to finally like actually let his guard down and accept the situation fully. It's almost like the last bit of doubt is taken from him in a good way. Is pulled away from him, so he's able to be fully there
Yeah.
for the thing.